Hello YouTubers. This is kind of a look around a conveyor I just accidentally bought on purpose. It was, I think, too good of a deal to pass up. My biggest problem is transporting it. Looking into getting somebody to transport it now down to my place. It's 60 foot long. That'd make a heck of a wood splitter conveyor, or you got a sawmill. You're always trying to convey something. So I think the usages of it should be good. Now, when you look at the cost of a conveyor that you buy for wood splitting, I think they start at about $10,000. I'm not sure, and they only convey about at 10,000 probably 15, 16, maybe 20 foot. This thing conveys 60 foot. It's 60 foot long. It's 37 foot from the axle to there. It's 8.5 foot wide. There's a 1,020 tires. It looks to be in fairly good shape. Looks like it was electric down in this aspect. We'll take that off of that. It needs a good bath, so we could do that. This is how it tensions. The belt comes up and goes down and goes around here and comes up here, and then there's a weight here that's on a pivot here that keeps it weighted down, so that keeps the tension on it. It's probably got more tension on it than it needs. Doesn't look like it's been greased in a while, but it looks like somewhere along the line they had a pretty good crew keeping it greased up, because some of that grease is a little bit wet. Don't know why they're selling it. There's nobody here today to talk to. The place closes in a little bit, so I have to get out of here. Now that bin up there I'll take off and probably move down there. I already checked it out. There's just 4 bolts holding that in. I'm hoping that we can lift that end of it up and get it down into the lower position there, and then get it below. We got to get the end down below 14 foot, so it's got to come down 4 foot. So I was trying to get some measurements on it, but it's a bit windy to get any kind of measurements on it right now. I think that was a motor that gave up the ghost. Anyhow, that's and we got to get a truck that's heavier than my truck to move it, because this thing probably weighs 10,000 or maybe more than that. If we can't get it down, we're gonna have to probably take the nose of it off, which is also, I guess, a doable thing. But we're gonna lower it down first, see if we can get one of those big loaders out here. It's a quarry, and you can see they got some big conveyors up here, some serious conveyors. Maybe this one you can't see. Here's a little gear sitting around. Can you see the size of that gear? That shaft there must be 6 inches around. Looks like they had to cut it off. Guess it probably went to that thing there and it was just wore out, time for a new one. It looks a little wore, but it's just something kind of neat. There's another, looks like there's another one over here. I bet those are rock crushers. I bet that's what that is. I bet that goes to a rock crusher. This one here's wore out too. Wonder if you could turn them around and push them the other way. Neat piece though. Isn't that a neat piece? Looks like the same, or it could be, I don't know. That's too big to be part of that. They sold that excavator also. Anyway, just kind of getting a look at this thing, so we can, if I put it on video, it really wasn't a video. It didn't come up to video, especially for YouTube. Videoed it more so I get an idea what it's going to take to come up here and get it out of here. If somebody asks, I can say just go to YouTube, boom, 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 and you can see it, which was the purpose of YouTube when I got it, for helping things out. It does have a, looks like a 3-phase motor on it right now. I'm sure that's, yeah. But that's going to be deadlined. Here's, I guess, a ramp that got you up to that compartment up there. Looks like a good place to dump wood into. Like, I'm not really set up for a conveyor, so I looked at more getting it because it was a real good price, and I got a friend that does needs conveying stuff, but this might be too big for him. I don't know. I probably need a check. This is where I got it from, these guys here. Anyhow, it needs to go home and get a serious bath. It needs to get home first. Looks like the safety guard on this side is missing, which I don't know whether that's good to have on there or not. It's probably you know, around where the working people, it's probably a good thing. But as far as using it around the house, if a log got stuck in there, I guess theoretically if a log drop in here, it should come off to the side and not hit the belt. So it's pretty well made piece. It's just a big piece. I should be able to move it around at the house with the Bobcat. It should outweigh it. If not, I'll just fix it up, switch it over. I'm hoping that those motors that are on a couple of those lawnmowers that I got, the engines on those, that I can use one of those for powering this thing, and maybe some of the hydraulics off of it. So that's what I'm looking at doing. I got about $2,000 in this. Is about what it costs. I know you're going to wonder, or if not anything else, that's I always wonder. And I'm kind of planning on about $500 to transport, and then about another $1,000 to convert it over to hydraulics. So my budget's about $3,500 on this thing, and that would be a heck of an elevator. And I would say that this could go up. Right now, that's about 18 feet off the ground up there. So if you made a pile of wood that was 18 feet tall, and from the looks of it, you can go up higher than that. So, and also the way, no, that doesn't slide. One of these has got to slide. Something, I guess just as that pushes up, this slides in here, okay. As that pushes up, you might be able to get a 20-foot stack of wood. If you had a 20-foot stack of wood, you got a serious stack of wood. So, anyhow, I'm hoping that they'll let me store it over in one of their out of the way places as I work on it, because I got so much stuff going on right now. First thing I'm gonna do is let it down and see what the height is. If I can't get below, I think you got to be below 14 feet to haul it down the road. If I can't get that up there below 14 feet, I'm gonna have to take that top section off. And like I said, that's doable, but not easy doable. So that's where we're at. Anyhow, that's it for this video. This is just kind of a walking around looking at the crazy stuff I get into. You're liable, like I said, you're liable to find anything here. And this is a prime example. Here are those oxygen cylinders. The sun's on them. I guess they're overheating and blowing off oxygen. I hope that's all it is. I think I might get out of here. I didn't know they had pressure reliefs on them. Yeah, this thing just needs a serious bath, greasing up, and it'll be ready to go. And I don't know when I'll get around to working on this project. I don't really care. The price was just at a price where you had to get it. So that's it for this one. Have I lost my mind? Yeah, it sounds like still just kind of eyeballing it, so take a look at it. It should probably have safety chains on it to go down the road, so I have to come up with a safety chain plan. I don't like not having the safety chains going down the road. And that's not a problem. What is this here? This might be personal injuries and property damage. This unit is equipped, can't read that, something planet. On this planet, this equipment is for in-plant movement only. Does not meet government standards for moving on the public roads. Well, I don't know how else you would get it down the road. You got to move it down the road. I think it'd be all right moving it down the road for transporting it one time. I can't believe that they set this thing up here, but maybe they did. I don't know. Something we got to find out. This is the weight box. Got to take all the weight out of the weight box. And that's where a good place to put a hydraulic the hydraulic system, because it'd be a nice place, but maybe it bounces, so that might not be a good place. Don't know. If not, you know, because you could run two 2.5-inch lines up there for your hydraulics to change that motor over to hydraulics. I don't know how much that motor is, how many horsepower that motor is. Anyhow, that's about it. I think I've seen about everything I got to see. I think I'm going to measure from, if I can get, here that thing's, there they go again. I think I'm going to try to get a measurement from that split right there down to the ground and see what that's at, if I got to take that end off. But that end probably weighs 500 or 600 pounds. But if we can lower it down here and then raise that end up so that comes down to the ground, it might be doable. Anyhow, that's my thoughts. Don't know exactly what this does. It might be a safety, but it's not a very big safety. For raising it up and down, we were thinking about putting a hydraulic cylinder in there, and that'd push it up and down, or maybe a cylinder was in here pushing down. That's probably what that was. No, I don't know. If you had a base mount cylinder here, it would push down there and raise it up and down. All right, that's it for this one. I'm glad you came along. If you want to follow the next step of this thing, hit the like button, subscribe button, and that little bell icon, and it'll bring you back for the next portion of this. I wonder what it takes to take the lacing apart, take the belt off of it. Not sure about that. Not a very big belt. That thing's probably, whew, boy, she's tight. I don't think I need it that tight for wood. Uh-oh, it looks like there was a patch there. But there's enough belt hanging down there that if I had to have it cut and re-spliced, I guess that would be doable. Hope it doesn't go out. That belt's probably an arm and a leg. Anyhow, I appreciate you coming along, and I keep getting sidetracked. They close soon, so I got to get out of here. Thanks for stopping by. Over and out.